So, yeah, if any of you watched my Things I Hate video, you would know that I promised to wear this mask, Batman mask, in any Batman related video. I'm doing one now, so yeah, I'm wearing the mask. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna try my best to keep this on because it is very hard to, it's not very functional. The functionality aspect is not the best. The looks, I don't know. I mean, editing the other video, I noticed my eyes are a bit wonky, so maybe I'll just do this. Anyway, yeah. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about a new Batman game. Now, this is of course not to be confused with the recent Batman games, the Telltale series Batman and the Arkham VR Batman. Those are two completely different games that I'm not going to talk about. I'm talking about a new Batman game that may or may not take place in the Arkham universe. I, of course, love Batman. I of course love the Batman Arkham games. I have every one of them. Well, not yet. I need to get Arkham Origins. So, in the, upside down world that we live in, DC are good at games, Marvel are not. So, I mean, yeah. I can't do this. I just... Anyway, there's a new Batman game coming out. I don't know if it's official. There are rumors all over the internet. I only got first heard about this new Batman game from a fellow YouTuber that I have not talked to or met at all. His name's Slcmof. Here he is up here. Also linked to his channel down below. But what I want to do is I want to go through all the information that I've collected myself from various sources like Slcmof and articles on the internet, and talk about what I think is going to happen, bring my opinion in on it, because as I said, I love the Batman Arkham games. I love them to death. So, the possibility of there being another Batman game that takes place in the Batman Arkham universe excites me. So, this has been going on for a while. Two websites that I visited with articles, I only read two articles, and both of them came out around the same time last year. Both of them were talking about a new Batman Arkham game that would feature either Damian Wayne or Terry McGinnis as the new Batman. Many people, many sources have said that they're going for a Batman Beyond type vibe and tone, like it's going to be very it's going to be far into the future. Oh my gosh, hang on, wait, don't you hate that? Oh my gosh, man, I just forgot. Never mind, I forgot to turn on the lights, so pardon me if the lighting wasn't the best, but it should be better now. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, it just, reading those two websites, I got a little information out of it, but all I really got from it was that Arkham fans just couldn't let go of the material, they wanted more, and Rocksteady just were like, no, Arkham Knight is our last game. Now, this is where I bring my opinion into it, and a lot of other people have the same opinion, as I've seen on so many videos. Rocksteady said that that Arkham Knight is going to be their last game. I, to my knowledge, can't remember them saying that this will be the last Batman game in the Arkham universe. I don't remember them saying that. If they did, then at this point it doesn't really look like it is. But they did say very clearly that Arkham Knight would be their last Batman game, that they want to move on to other things. But just because they said that this Batman game, Arkham Knight, which I'm wearing now, because they said that it would be their last game for Batman doesn't actually mean that it's going to be the last Batman game in the Arkham universe. I mean, before Arkham Knight we had Batman Arkham Origins, which was not done by Rocksteady. It was done by WB Montreal. And that game took place in the Arkham universe. Now, a lot of people actually don't like that game. I like it. I see no problems with it. WB Montreal left a post-credit scene for Suicide Squad. I think that's what it was, because in this scene, in this post-credit scene, Amanda Waller comes up to Deathstroke's cell and offers him a job or whatever. And I'm pretty sure it was Task Force X, which is Suicide Squad. But that's where we come to side topics like Suicide Squad game, which has been talked about a lot, that they are making it. Whether it takes place in the Arkham universe, I don't know. By the way, none of this has ever been confirmed. It's all speculation with a couple of things from inside sources. I personally do not have an inside source, so I'm just really talking about other people's shit that they have said, and bringing my own opinion into it. But apparently there is a Suicide Squad game coming out as well. But there also is another game. We've all heard about the Superman game. Whether that takes place in the Arkham universe, no one really knows. But this, I don't know, it could be created by Rocksteady, but I mean, they said they were done with Batman. They didn't really say they were done with Superman. They haven't even done anything Superman, but they've left references, so those little references in Arkham Knight has gotten people, and myself included, interested into seeing if they are the ones creating or co-creating the Superman game, because they're definitely done with the Batman universe. But me personally, I would just love to see a Superman game from Rocksteady in the Arkham universe. It would be so good. So really, I have nothing really to say about the Suicide Squad game or the Superman game, but just that I'm excited for it, and I would love to see what they do with that. Also, I thought the Suicide Squad game was that mobile game that was based off the movie. I'm not too 100% sure on that, whether the game that they're talking about is the mobile game or something bigger. Hopefully it is something bigger and not that stupid mobile game. I saw the trailer, holy shit. Anyway, moving back on the topic with the Batman games. So, there have been rumours all over the place, as I said before, and reports about not one, but 2 new Arkham games, or at least 2 new Batman games. Whether they take place in the Arkham universe or not, none of us really know, because nothing's been confirmed. But apparently there, aside from the Batman Telltale series and the Arkham VR, there are 2 more games in production. Which actually excites me. Whether this, you know what, it may or may not be a reboot. This is where my opinion starts to come into it. As with most big franchises like Batman, there are reboots. Like the 60s TV show, I think that was the first live-action Batman anything, and then you had the Michael Keaton, Tim Burton movies, and then they were rebooted with Batman Begins, and now they're doing Batman all over again with Ben Affleck. Like, with video games, you don't necessarily have to reboot the material, you can just continue it on, but if they're bringing out 2 more Batman games, either it does take place in the Arkham universe, or it is complete reboot. Now, it could be a reboot, in my opinion, like, maybe that's what's happening. But if it isn't a reboot, then the reports of Damian Wayne or Terry McGinnis being put into these games, you know what? Actually, that's a pretty good idea. So if this is to be true, if there are 2 games in production, Batman games that is, all this speculation about which one will take the mantle, Damian Wayne or Terry McGinnis, maybe, now I could be completely wrong on this, but like we all could, but what if these 2 Batman games, one is Damian Wayne's story, and the other one is Terry McGinnis' story. Overall, honestly, I just kind of doubt the fact that they've already got 2 Batman games in production. Do not believe that for... I don't know, it's just fun to think about, but honestly, in reality, I don't think they have 2 full Batman games in production. Now, with at least just one of these Batman games, let's just all calm down. The one Batman game that everyone's talking about is the one where you bring in either Damian Wayne or Terry McGinnis to take up the mantle of the Batman, and it takes place a couple of years after Batman Arkham Knight. This game has been rumoured to take place in the Arkham universe, and this is the bit that excites me. It's the fact that, now I don't know if this has been confirmed or not, but a lot of people have been saying, even in the articles, that this new Batman game will have a Batman Beyond vibe, tone. It will feel like Batman Beyond, whether or not Terry McGinnis is in it. But with this Batman game, it will take place, over not only just one night, but over the span of more than a couple of days. So it will be a long mystery, a long detective story, which I like that, because in reality, I love the Arkham games, but we all have our problems with them. For one, for me, is the fact that all that shit takes place in one night. Okay, I kind of could have believed that in Arkham Asylum and maybe Arkham City, but not Arkham Knight. There's no way all of that shit could take place in one night. Absolutely not. It's just not real. Like you got 12 hours of nighttime. There's no way all of that can take place. Here is the other thing that excites me. The second rumor or fact, don't know yet, because I don't know if it's been confirmed or not, but they have all been saying, everyone has been saying, that this new Batman game will have a populated city. Gotham City will be bigger, and you'll be able to go from Wayne Manor and look all around that. Everything will be bigger, everything will be better, like the graphics and the landscape, all that stuff, and it will all be populated, which makes it more realistic, because in just about every Arkham game, except Asylum, because they're on Asylum, so that makes sense, but in Arkham City, Arkham Origins, Arkham Knight, there were no actual civilians. In Arkham City, half of Gotham was closed off to make Arkham City. Yeah, half of Gotham was closed off to make Arkham City, put all the criminals in there, chuck Batman in there. It made sense, but still there's no civilians. Arkham Origins, now, this is what I don't get. In Arkham Origins, there were no civilians. It was all the criminals and stuff. Where were the civilians? And nowhere in that game, that I can remember, did it ever explain where the hell were all these citizens that lived there. I mean, they never showed it in any of the cutscenes. There were just no citizens there. There was no explanation as to why there were no citizens there, and why it was just all criminals. And in Arkham Knight there was a good explanation, but still the fact is, it's just easier to do it that way. With this, it feels like they're really trying, and I like that. And that gets me excited for it. The fact that the story will be taking place over a more realistic time frame, and that actual people, civilians, will be inhabiting Gotham City, and Gotham City will be bigger. You'll be able to do more. That excites me. But as to who I think will be taking up the mantle, from a story that could actually hit you here, get you emotional, I feel like Damian Wayne is the way to go. I've heard that he's kind of a brat in the New 52 films. I don't really watch any DC animated movies. I only read comic books and watch the movies. But from what I've heard, Damian Wayne isn't the most popular. In the comic books, however, I've heard lots of great stuff. But I feel like if they're going to go for a more emotional and hard-hitting story, one that everyone can cry to or relate to, I feel like Damian Wayne is the way to go. If you just want to go for a simple one, Terry McGinnis is the way to go. Honestly, I just don't know. I honestly don't know. If there really are 2 Batman games in production, I think the best thing to do is to make one Batman game about Damian Wayne and make the other Batman game about Terry McGinnis. Terry? Yeah, I think it's Terry McGinnis. I kind of forgot. Anyway, yeah, so if you're going to have 2 Batman games, do that. If you're going to have one, then at least, I don't know. Honestly, I'm just excited for the Batman game. But for me, it would please me greatly if these new games, Superman, Suicide Squad, and the new Batman game or games, it would be great if it all took place in the Arkham universe, because of many things. The fact, one, I love the Arkham universe. I know it's just Batman Arkham games, but I love the Arkham universe. I love the Batman Arkham games, and I would love to see them expand on that, because, and this is for fact too, if your movies aren't going to work out well, Wonder Woman is coming out next year. If that movie does not succeed, okay, if they do not get their money back, and critics and fans alike just don't like it, and if it's going to be another controversial movie, then DC, they need to do something. So I think expanding on the Arkham universe and making a gaming universe for DC would be great. Because if you don't like the movies, because we all know they're going to keep on making those shitty movies, but if you don't like the movies, you can go to the Arkham universe. I really hope that's what they're doing, because I don't really like their movies. So if they're actually if Plan B is an Arkham universe with Superman, Suicide Squad, all that shit, great. I love it. I would support that, because when it comes to gaming, DC are better than Marvel, and they are kings. So I will leave it on that. Please check out my trailer for my newest short film, Principal's Office, up here. Also, check out my last 2 videos, my reaction to the Season 7 premiere of The Walking Dead, and if you want, go and watch the video that I mentioned before about things I hate. Just go and have a look at that if you want. Yes. See you later.